This section of the journey would take me across most of New York State. With some mechanical issues and good learning moments, you'll see how I fared for the flattest and hottest section of the trip.
Alright, first stop this morning at an Irving. Fueled up, got some beans, got a fresh pepper. This is about when it'd be really useful to have a GPS, but
you're the dummy that don't believe in science. All your projects solved.
And it is raining. First rain of the trip here. Huge bump. What? Hello. Bonjour. Hola. Bonjour. I keep passing people and I'm saying hello in a different language each time.
You're the dummy that don't believe in science. All your projects solved with me tonight. You're the one I love. You're the one I wanna get to. Things that
I like Vermont a lot. Everyone wears face masks. At least I'm not going to die of the coronavirus while I'm biking through Vermont. Man, ever since Woodstock, it's just been this uphill slope. Nothing too terrible, I can pace along, but it's just uphill. Totally not supposed to be here. Started pouring rain and just hear it coming down in sheets. Day 4, up pretty early, around 5 a.m. I was woken up this morning by Killington security officer for camping and trespassing. The officer was kind of curious about what I was doing and why I decided to bike all the way to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I realized I didn't have a great reason for him.
In this clip, my backpack fell off and got stuck in my tire. The fabric was torn, but Gorilla Tape held it together surprisingly well.
These guys are vicious. Absolutely vicious.
I started descending the western side of the Appalachian Range. I coasted downhill for over 6 miles, and I barely had to move a muscle. Compared to biking up those mountains the day before, it was incredible.
6 mile downhill into Rutland. That was awesome. Just stopped back up at the Rutland Walmart.
To the left at this intersection, etc. Oh, it's a nice sailboat. First flat tire on day 4. It's not too bad. I was literally just thinking, God damn, I haven't got a flat tire yet. Getting a lot of funny looks, a lot of smiles too. And it's about the time in the journey where I'm starting to wonder why the hell I even did this. I suppose, other than something fun to do, to contribute to my overall well-being, I suppose there's
put sunscreen on. There's a reason to put sunscreen on. Pretty good reason. Had to take the scenic route, huh, Ben? Entering New York State. All gravel in Vermont, right up until a little dirt pathway in New York. I gotta get some water. I gotta filter water real bad. I got about 3 drops left. Running on electrolyte gummies. Living. Just living. This is what I mean by having to take the scenic route. Look at this. Pretty sweet way to cross into New York. Let's get to an actual road here. Just a general disclaimer, I did not attend McGill University, nor do I have any clue where I got this water bottle. Now I may be lacking in Canadian higher education, yet I seem to have a never-ending supply of spontaneous educational encounters.
So, and also the crazy hacks with the death of the mitochondrial function. Really get medical
This
care
is Silas.
through this.
While I was stopped to filter water, Silas was checking the river for trout when he began to lecture to me about a wide variety of topics regarding health, the environment, and civilization. We spoke for over 3 hours, and as the sun went down, I convinced him to revisit some of his main points for a brief camera interview.
So there's a guy named Dr. Woodrow Monte who wrote the book While Science Sleeps and has a webpage, whilesciencesleeps.com, and you got to see that. He needs a Nobel Prize. Give him the $1 million check now, because he has found the cause of literally almost all the modern diseases of civilization. And the cure is avoiding methyl alcohol in food, drink, and smoke. Degrading pectin in preservatives, fruit, vegetables, canned baby food, bottled baby food, canned stuff. The pectin degrades into methyl alcohol, and depending on the fruit or vegetable, it has that in. Smoked meats and fish have methyl alcohol. All smoke has methyl alcohol. Aspartame in 6,000 to 9,000 proof.
Ran into a guy last night by the name of Silas, and I probably talked to this guy for maybe 3 hours. He was like, "Oh, 9 o'clock's about to roll around, man. Like, you know, where are you going?" And I said, "Well, I gotta find a campsite tonight." He was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I got a friend right down the road. You know, it's not even a 2-3 minute bike ride. He's a good guy. I'll probably let you stay on his lawn." And sure enough, this guy allowed me to stay on his front lawn, you know, under his huge oak tree, right on the side of Route 22 South in Granville, New York. Listening to a couple men rant at each other about Donald Trump versus Biden, and it's pretty interesting. And then he'll blame the whole incident on you. But they're saying that what makes America great is people working together, and it's kind of warming to hear that at a gas station in Granville, New York.
Although comical to encounter this at a Phillips 66, as a passive observer, it was good to see political conversation out in the open from small towns to cities.
But as I continue to kind of go through the countryside, I hope that I get a better understanding of what our country is made up of, and continue to talk to people of different backgrounds. So I'm gonna go get the blood flowing, do some handstands before I get out on this here voyage.
It needs speed. But
Okay,
here
head
we
to
have a really
Cooperstown.
good example of
Listen to my Spanish podcast.
Is arriving to speed.
Bluetooth speakers are huge.
Rojo y blanco simbolizan la bandera de México.
Ese tiempo para hacer cosas que antes echábamos de menos.
Just putting along in some omega-3 mix. And on the ground I see, as I'm riding along, some woman's cell phone. A Madison E. Dunbar, if you need your cell phone and your credit card, it will be at the closest police station. Oh. She's getting Snapchats.
Hello?
Hello, I just picked up your daughter's phone, I believe, on the side of the road.
Okay. I don't know. Let me contact her quick.
Alright,
Alright, thank you.
no problem. Phone is returned at a police station. Now I'm going to continue on my way. They didn't seem too grateful that I found their phone, but hey, whatever. Maybe they're just embarrassed.
I made camp that night amongst the industrial parks of Schenectady, New York. By the morning, I was eager to leave the concrete jungle and see some countryside on my way to the Baseball Hall of Fame. I think I got a little carried away with safely storing my food. It was not only animal-proof, but human-proof too. The day ahead would be hot, tiring, and would later become known as Flat Tire Day.
Pretty solid campsite last night. I'm on Technology Drive right now. Gonna take a right on Mason Road Extension.
My good luck had run out by the time I left the city. My gum wall tires were no match for the metal and glass strewn about the shoulder. The tire itself was compromised and would keep popping frequently. While walking one section of the road, a good Samaritan named Rob Fiorentino stopped to help. He offered to give me a ride to a bike shop down the road, even though he was headed in the opposite direction for work.
Just got some help from Rob Fiorentino on the side of the road. I was running into some bike troubles, and he was nice enough to give me a ride to the local bike shop and pump his tire up for me. Robert Fiorentino, absolute magician.
Coincidentally, Rob Fiorentino was a crew member for a long-distance bike racer named Jeff Brunner. Rob was on his way to train with Jeff, who has participated in Race Across America in the past. Hearing about this cyclist made my flat tire troubles and 50-some miles a day seem like a walk in the park. I continued on my way, stopping and starting, sometimes walking and sometimes riding the rim of the wheel.
I'm still probably 30 to 40 miles from Cooperstown. And I'm riding on a flat right now. Again, it's not good.
That night, I slept in a small town called Sharon Springs, home to a farm stand with sunflowers and a Dollar General.
So you know that I was never gonna be the one that Said I was never gonna see you in the sun. With blue eyes, you're showing me your love.
The morning brought good luck, and I repatched the tire with success. A dollar bill of all things held the air and did the trick. Who knows what these would be worth in the coming months anyhow.
So I slept by the ocean, sleeping in the sun. Oh love, I will never run away. Blue eyes, you're calling me back home. Yeah. She had oceans in her head, stars in her eyes, sun-drenched, soft skin, sand in her toes, and I know.
Yeah, I was starting not to appreciate the whole bike ride as much on day 4 or 5, I would say, and then day 6 just completely whooped my ass. It was just like, all right, you don't want to bike? Well, sure, you can walk. It's basically what day 6 taught me. The tire itself has a hole in it. It's not just the tube inside. It's got a little hole that can be patched, you know, which is problematic because it lets gravel in a lot easier.
Needless to say, I was really tired from the rigmarole the day before. Peering into the Baseball Hall of Fame gave me some additional motivation, as well as these 3 passers-by.
Since pandemic started, man, I graduated college, and I guess we didn't really have a graduation, so I don't know, I went home to my folks' house, and I've been doing a lot of riding, actually. Yeah, just like you, I want to get on, I want to do this more. This is what I want to do. I kind of keep it local, you know? We got a dog, so we kind of keep her around, yeah. But dude, this is the dream!
So, just stopped in Cooperstown. I met these 3 young lads.
My name's Mark.
Mark.
And this is Riley.
Riley. Don't want to forget the dog.
And Kevin.
You got Kevin and
Sergio.
And Rob Fiorentino helped me out on the side of Route 20 yesterday.
Rob,
Small world.
We're here just being inspired by your travels, checking out your bike and seeing your cool setup.
Appreciate that.
The tire problem and get to the right shop to get it fixed.
Mark was quick on his feet and called up the local bike shop before they closed. I made an appointment so as to socially distance and picked up a new tire for $20. The shop owner let me borrow some tools and pointed me towards a good campsite for the night. A huge thanks to Mike over at Woodland Cycles.
I've used this face mask so many times. Probably not the idea. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can't make it to Ithaca today. It's about 77 miles. I've waited until like 10 a.m. to start this trek, but power to these San Francisco Giant socks, baby.
From Reno, I was trailed by 20 hounds. Didn't get to sleep that night till the morning came around. Said I'm a friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight.
Tire troubles continued. However, it was the other tire this time, and I was close by to a shop when I realized the problem.
Hey, glad I had the tire you needed to keep you rolling.
Appreciate it. Action cycle right there.
That's 2 new tires in 2 days. 2 great bike shops.
I ran down to the levee, but the devil caught me there. Took my $20 bill and it vanished in the air. Stop running, but take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Got 2 reasons why I cry away each lonely night. The first one's named Sweet Anne-Marie, and she's my heart's delight. Second one is prison baby, the sheriff's on my trail. And if he catches up with me, I'll spend my life in jail. Got a wife in Chino, baby, one in Cherokee.
Ride with me next week as I get close to finishing my trip.
First injury of the trip. Going a little more north than I had initially anticipated.